Mastering Poka-Yoke implementation. Poka-Yoke's success hinges on tracked KPIs, or operational excellence, remains a myth. Why do we need to identify and track specific key performance indicators, KPIs, for Poka-Yoke implementation, and how will its success be measured in terms of operational efficiency, defect reduction, and overall process improvement to achieve operational excellence? The Poka-Yoke journey. I recall walking into a manufacturing facility, surrounded by rows of humming machinery and workers busily tending to their stations. The air was thick with the smell of metal and efficiency. Our task was to introduce Poka-Yoke, a methodology designed to prevent human errors in production. Easy enough, right? As we delved deeper, it became clear that this wasn't just about tweaking a process or two. We were essentially asking people to question their own habits, to surrender control, and to trust a new system. The stakes were high, and so were the emotions. I sensed a mix of excitement and apprehension among the team. Some were enthusiastic about the prospect of innovation, while others were anxious about change. Our first hurdle was to get everyone on the same page. We organized a workshop, bringing together operators, supervisors, and engineers to identify key pain points in the production process. The goal was to pinpoint areas where errors frequently occurred, and then design Poka-Yoke solutions to mitigate those risks. What struck me during that session was the sheer breadth of knowledge locked within the team. They knew the intricacies of their jobs better than anyone else. By giving them a platform to share their insights, we created a sense of ownership and buy-in. The next step was to develop a set of tailored metrics to measure the success of our Poka-Yoke efforts. We established a dashboard to track defect rates, production yields, and overall equipment effectiveness. By doing so, we provided a tangible way to quantify progress and make data-driven decisions. I remember one team member remarking, "I never realized how many defects we were generating until I saw the numbers. Now I understand why Poka-Yoke is so crucial." As the implementation unfolded, we encountered pockets of resistance. Some employees struggled to adapt to the new procedures, fearing that the Poka-Yoke systems would hinder their work pace or make them redundant. Empathy was key in these situations. By listening to their concerns and addressing them directly, we built trust and reassured them that our goal was to augment their skills, not replace them. One particular incident stuck with me. An operator, let's call him Juan, was hesitant to adopt a Poka-Yoke solution that involved scanning parts before assembly. He worried that it would slow him down and affect his productivity. We took the time to demonstrate the system, highlighting how it would actually reduce errors and increase his confidence in the assembly process. Juan's skepticism slowly gave way to curiosity, and eventually, he became one of the most vocal advocates for Poka-Yoke in the plant. 6 months into the implementation, the results were staggering. Defect rates had plummeted by 35%, production yields had increased by 12%, and equipment effectiveness had risen by 18%. The team's mindset had shifted dramatically too. They began to see Poka-Yoke as an enabler, not a restriction. Operators were now empowered to identify potential issues before they occurred, and supervisors were equipped with data to make informed decisions. As I looked around the facility, I saw a sense of pride and camaraderie that hadn't been there before. People were laughing, collaborating, and solving problems together. The Poka-Yoke implementation had become more than just a process improvement initiative. It had brought the team together, fostering a culture of continuous improvement and mutual support. That's when it hit me. The true measure of Poka-Yoke's success wasn't just about numbers. It was about the connections we forged, the resilience we built, and the humor we injected into the process. It was about creating an environment where people felt valued, empowered, and committed to excellence. Identifying and tracking specific key performance indicators, KPIs, is crucial for the successful implementation of Poka-Yoke, a methodology aimed at preventing defects and errors in the production process. By monitoring and measuring these KPIs, organizations can evaluate the effectiveness of their Poka-Yoke implementation, identify areas for improvement, and make data-driven decisions to drive operational excellence. The following KPIs should be identified and tracked to measure the success of Poka-Yoke implementation. 1. Defect rate. This KPI measures the number of defective products or errors per unit produced. A decreasing defect rate indicates the effectiveness of Poka-Yoke in preventing defects and improving product quality. 2. First-time quality (FTQ) rate. This KPI measures the percentage of products that meet quality standards without requiring rework or repair. An increase in FTQ rate indicates that Poka-Yoke is helping to reduce defects and improve overall quality. 3. Yield rate. This KPI measures the percentage of products that meet quality standards after rework or repair. An increase in yield rate indicates that Poka-Yoke is helping to improve the efficiency of the repair process. 4. Cycle time. This KPI measures the time required to complete a production cycle. A decrease in cycle time indicates that Poka-Yoke is helping to improve process efficiency and reduce production time. 5. Mean time between failures (MTBFE). This KPI measures the average time between equipment failures. An increase in MTBF indicates that Poka-Yoke is helping to improve equipment reliability and reduce downtime. 6. Mean time to repair (MTTR). This KPI measures the average time required to repair equipment failures. A decrease in MTTR indicates that Poka-Yoke is helping to improve the efficiency of the repair process. 7. Operator efficiency. This KPI measures the percentage of time operators spend on value-added activities. An increase in operator efficiency indicates that Poka-Yoke is helping to reduce waste and improve labor productivity. 8. Inventory turns. This KPI measures the number of times inventory is sold and replaced within a given period. An increase in inventory turns indicates that Poka-Yoke is helping to improve inventory management and reduce waste. 9. Customer satisfaction. This KPI measures customer satisfaction through surveys, feedback forms, or other methods. An increase in customer satisfaction indicates that Poka-Yoke is helping to improve product quality and meet customer expectations. 10. Cost of poor quality (COPQ). This KPI measures the costs associated with defects, rework, and repair. A decrease in COPQ indicates that Poka-Yoke is helping to reduce waste and improve profitability. To measure the success of Poka-Yoke implementation, these KPIs should be tracked and analyzed regularly. The following steps can be taken to ensure the successful implementation of Poka-Yoke and achieve operational excellence. 1. Establish a baseline. Collect data on the current performance of the production process, including defect rates, cycle times, and other relevant KPIs. 2. Set goals and targets. Establish specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART goals for each KPI based on the baseline data. 3. Implement Poka-Yoke. Design and implement Poka-Yoke solutions to address specific defect types or process inefficiencies. 4. Track and analyze KPIs. Regularly collect and analyze data on the identified KPIs to measure the effectiveness of Poka-Yoke implementation. 5. Continuously improve. Identify areas for improvement, implement changes, and refine Poka-Yoke solutions based on the analysis of KPIs. 6. Train and engage operators. Provide operators with the necessary training and resources to effectively implement and maintain Poka-Yoke solutions. 7. Recognize and reward success. Recognize and reward operators, teams, or departments that achieve significant improvements in Poka-Yoke implementation and KPI performance. By following these steps and tracking the identified KPIs, organizations can ensure the successful implementation of Poka-Yoke, reduce defects, improve process efficiency, and achieve operational excellence.